All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Tune Up Thursday. Let's get right into the state of affairs. I got my animations done, um, I'd say 70% of the way. Um, Ran into some issues with the mesh just like getting destroyed um, by the skeleton. So, whatever the weights were that I assigned each bone to the actual mesh, it's causing some deformation here that I don't want, and it was taking me a long time to fix that. So I figured I'd just leave things as they are and try to get as much done as possible. So that's the running animation. I'll go back to the jumping animation, and then of walking. All right, all right. Go to jump. That's the jump. It's a little bit more vertical, and I don't know. There's some issues with like smoothing and whatnot, um, but I think it's manageable and salvageable, and in a state where it just needs a little bit of work before it gets to end, product. And the walking animation I did. This is the best one out of all of them. For some reason, like the hips just go crazy. Hips don't lie, as Chris said. Um, but I don't know what exactly is causing the deformation. Like if I'm looking at it, something is pushing this edge out. I don't know. It's the right bone right here is moving in sync with the right side of the mesh right here, or the left is moving in sync with the right side of the back hip over here, and the right bone over here is moving in sync with the left side of the hip here. So I might actually be able to fix this relatively quickly. But if not, it'll be fixed by next Thursday, and you guys can kind of take a look at that. So that's kind of all the progress. I was importing it into my game here, Unreal. But for some reason, I've been spending like an inordinate amount of time trying to figure out how to import this stuff correctly. I've got the meshes and all this stuff, and there aren't any like tutorials that are explicitly detailed in telling you how to import things from Blender into Unreal, at least in the way that I want to. So I'm gonna need a little bit more time on that. But I think I've made a good amount of progress just in terms of familiarizing myself with the animation suite in Blender, um, and just like understanding mechanically how things work and how you get stuff to appear the way you want it on the screen. So this is going to be a refinement process for sure. It'll get better over time, but that's kind of the state of things right now. For next week, number one is making sure that all the animations, these three animations, are serviceable. So this means going back into the mesh and making sure that the weighting of each bone is accurate and precise. And then also, I want to make this guy a little bit more realistic. That probably means that I'm gonna have to add more geometry, so more topology, adding more lines, and then I can kind of smooth out the shapes and make it less polygonal. So that's objective number two. It's kind of enhance realism, and then objective number three is do the walkthrough, playthrough demo in the actual environment in Unreal. Then I'll be pretty happy once I have that all set up. That's like a huge chunk of this process is like just the playable character, getting that kind of all ironed out. And also, like once I have these base animations in a serviceable state, it's going to be so much easier to add stuff like swimming or crouching, or climbing might be a little bit difficult, but swimming, crouching, I have some other cool mechanics that I've been thinking about, but I'm not sure how I would kind of actualize that. So I'm gonna kind of just leave it, um, table it. I was thinking about having some kind of like teleportation ability where you can merge into shadows, and either you can select shadows that appear in the environment and you know merge into your own shadow and then appear in the other shadow, or expand a mini map and you just kind of have a zone that you can teleport to, and it chooses a random shadow in that zone, that you can move to. But those are some ideas that I haven't really thought through, and will probably be implemented much further down the line in terms of timing. So yeah, so that's what I got for you guys this week. Um, in assessing progress, I think could have done more, but at the same time, this was yeah. I mean, I've been saying this message over and over, but this is completely foreign to me. Animating, modeling stuff, sculpting, uh, creating a workflow, all these, like, there are so many different ways that you can do something and achieve virtually the same effect. um, just like finding a process that works for me has been the most time consuming aspect of this portion, right? So appreciate you guys for bearing with me. I know it's slow in the beginning, but once we get churning and burning, I really excited about how this is going to kind of take shape, and be a little bit more representative of my dream. Oh, also, I was looking at these ears, and these ears look like the ears that you would see on a bear or something. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fix the ears. I'm gonna pull this down a little bit more. Just, working on making things look a little bit more realistic. All that will kind of be on that. I don't know if it was the second or the third point that I wanted to hit, but second or third deliverable for next week. That said, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. If you guys have, questions, comments, suggestions, would greatly appreciate it. If you guys have experience, using these softwares, creating games or movies or media content, let me know. Because it would be cool to kind of learn from somebody that has a lot of experience, as opposed to, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the internet's super powerful and I'm very comfortable, just slowly looking for things online and figuring out what I need. But I think ultimately having a point of contact would be helpful in kind of speeding things up. That said, appreciate you guys for tuning in. This was kind of a quickie. Um, Stay tuned tomorrow for Fitness Friday. I'll do like a little physique update and tell you guys about the direction I'm headed in terms of training, and how I've been kind of shifting my approach in the gym. And yeah, so I'll see you guys, talk to you guys tomorrow. Hope you had a good Halloween, spooky Halloween. It really snuck up on me this year, so I didn't do anything fun, but I didn't mind actually. It was you know nice to kind of just chill and not have to be. Um, but yeah, so I hope however you decided to spend your Halloween, it was fulfilling to you. Stay juicy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.